Hi everyone. I just wanted to make a video. I haven't made one in a while, just to kind of sum up what's some of my experiences and observations as of late. I've been back in the United States now for a few months, and I've kind of had the opportunity to feel out and take in a lot of the stimuli and the environment and the general feeling I think that a lot of people are feeling right now, and how they're experiencing this reality and this life. Um, and to be honest, like from the experiences that I've gathered and the people I've talked to and everyone, there seems to be this collective stuck sort of, it's just this feeling of being suspended and waiting. And a lot of people are, working their jobs, and they're doing all the things that they should do day by day by day by day, and not really focusing on what their soul is telling them to do. The fact is that we live in this reality that's a construct of, really the system that we're a part of. It's not the truth of the whole of all of our reality. It's the reality that's depicted to us, it's transmitted to us. That's what's instilled into us through these advertisements and through our television shows and through the media that we consume, and through a set amount of rules and ways in which we are allowed to live, essentially, which really don't grasp the wholeness of reality in the least bit. They're only just parts of it. And I felt the same frustration and the same lack of movement very early in my life, which really led me to explore other possibilities and different ways of living and seeing things. And really what I've learned from all of this is that it all comes down to just mind patterns and thoughts and your words, and what you allow to multiply and really breed within yourself. You can be told anything by the media, but it's up to you whether you take it in and actually let that become part of your life. It's you don't have to listen to the outside stimuli or the voices or what's being told. You just you can switch that and listen only to what's coming from your heart. And what that's going to do is that's going to set you on track towards what you're actually born for, what you're here for in the first place. You weren't here to work a job and to spend your life saving for retirement so you can die and then have kids that repeat the cycle. That's not the point of life. We came here in this very specific time in order to find a new way, a way out of this. It's not just going to continue to repeat these patterns, which have really just led to the destruction of the earth and this bad cycle of things getting worse year by year, with the sadness and the apathy and the frustration just building and mounting inside everybody. It's time for us to really make a change. And there is a different way to live. There absolutely is. I found that in my own life, and I know many people who have found that in their lives too. And that comes from starting by living according to what you feel and what you feel is right only, and moving according to that regardless of how the outside system and the outside structures dictate. You don't have to obey your boss. You don't have to do anything. You only do so according to fears and beliefs that allow you to continue in those cycles. That's really the truth of it. Is anything that you believe is possible in this reality becomes your reality. If you decide to step outside of that and to follow a different path, then that will open up into new possibilities and new ways of living for you. And I've really experienced this of late, that it really is the patterns that you believe. If you look around and you see people successful and happy and living with freedom, it's because in their mental sphere, that's what they believe is possible. They see themselves as capable of that, and so they live that way. If you see yourself only capable of being in a low position and having to do these things for whatever it's responsibility or it's fear of money or it's fear of security, I mean, all of these are really just fears of the unknown. But if you think the unknown is always going to be negative, then of course the unknown is only going to bring you negativity and, you know, these problems. But if you give space for the unknown to supply you with your dreams, to really open up and shower you with like the abundance that the universe has, that's when it opens. And so I just want to challenge you to really get in touch with what you really want and not what you've been told that you want. And when you discover what it is you really want, don't listen to anybody else. You know, if they inspire you and encourage you to go after it, then great. Yes, take in those influences and let that burn in your heart and push you towards your goal. But any other voices, it's like you don't need to listen to them. It's not necessary. Everybody's been conditioned to keep pulling us back into the boiling pot like the crabs do, like when they're about to get cooked. It's not the way we have to live. And so, anyway, I've personally decided that I'm going to start doing things a little bit differently. And I'm thinking about a program to help get personally involved with those who would like some help and some assistance with this. And there will be more on that to come. But I just wanted to take time to just send out a transmission and, you know, let you know that there is another way. And if you really want to find it, you will.